Good afternoon, and welcome to Opal Rose Oracle. It's so good to see you on this Monday afternoon. I hope wherever you are in the world, this message finds you happy, it finds you healthy, and it finds you safe. I hope you had a beautiful weekend. I hope that this quarantine isn't getting to all of you too much, and that you've been able to tap into your creativity, tap into your desires and dreams, things that you want to go after that normally you might not have time to. So it is so good to be here with all of you. I'm gonna light some sage. I'll do a little Palo Santo as well. And then we'll call in our guides and we'll see what messages they have for us today. Little for me, little for you. If you were able to participate in Sadhana this morning, you'll have to give me some feedback. Let me know if you'd like me to do that again. I'd probably do that about once a month, a group sadhana for the channel. The cards. Put that there. Hope you have something to drink. I have my little sparkling water. I call in our angels, archangels, and guardian angels, our guides and spirit guides, goddesses and gods, ancestors, the beings of the highest vibration of love, light, healing, truth, and guidance to be with us. Those who love us and support us unconditionally be with us and give us clear and concise messages for the collective for their highest good as we journey through this time together. We got our fairy oracle, our mystical fairy tarot. I have our goddess tarot, and then of course I have our 4 oracle decks, our follow your light, our spirit animals, our unicorns, and Kuan Yin. Off to the side, start with the fairies and see what messages pop out. First card out is the Fool. In the beginning, it came out in reverse, but there was something that was like, it's not going to be reversed for everyone, so I put it upright. See what other messages. My deck upside down. Yeah. And I don't normally ask for that, but when the first 3 cards all come out in reverse, you're like, which way am I holding the deck? And I'll give messages both ways. So the first 3 cards out, now granted they were all in reverse. We have the Fool, the Knight of Cups, and the Knight of Wands. So the Fool is all about new beginnings, starting on a brand new journey. And with the Knight of Cups is a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. It can be, emotional messages or movement, a water sign coming towards us with messages. And we also have the Nine of Wands, feeling the boundaries of just the current situation. I'm feeling like we've been through a lot together, collectively, and that with everything going on, we're feeling like almost like I feel like the confinements of our space. So with these having come out in reverse, some of us are waiting to start that new beginning. We can't necessarily maybe move forward in the ways that we want to, and though we want to break out of these boundaries, because we're all feeling the Aries energy collectively. It's Aries season. It's spring. We wanna run. We wanna go. But with this virus and so many of us in quarantine right now, it's like, hurry up and be still. Like, there are certain ways that we can move forward, but it's always at this point in our society, it's very internal. Like it's, what can you do at home? Can you, finally clean out your junk emails? The thousands of junk emails that just get ignored. Are those finally deleted? You're like, yeah, I did that last Tuesday, and I've looked up so many new recipes, and I've made puzzles, and I've danced, and I've tap danced. There's this sort of like, I want to break through energy. Now, alternatively, you have this emotional offer coming through that is leading to a new beginning. But we have to wait. The boundary. Where, maybe that email or job got back to you, but we still have to wait till like the end of April or the beginning of May before the boundaries start coming down. Let's see what other cards come out. Let's see what jumped out. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Cancer energy, we have the Chariot. We want to move forward. This often has a lot to do with travel, but also victory. So we have this new beginning, perhaps emotional offers, and we're feeling the boundaries, but there's going to be a shift, something that happens that allows us to move forward or allow us to gain victory in this situation. I'm noticing the white and black griffins. Of this card, that yin and yang energy, and it's like I'm getting the balance that moves us forward. The balance of receptivity and giving as well. Any other messages for us regarding the energies of this Gemini to Cancer emotions? Eight of Pentacles. Working hard on a craft, whether it's taking a new course or working on your paintings or working on our creative endeavors, the steady progress of working on our craft right now, whatever medium you use to create or to express yourself, this Eight of Pentacles energy really shows us the benefit of just continuing to make steady progress in our own lives. Come hell or high water, how can we move ourselves forward toward victory? By just working on our craft, perfecting those pirouettes, guys, perfecting those turns. Here it is. Any other messages for the collective? Otherwise, I'm going to jump over to the Goddess Tarot. Knight of Wands wanted to come out. So moving forward passionately, that this Eight of Pentacles, this working on our craft. Now, this could be a message from a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But this can also be moving forward passionately. So, taking this hard work, keeping fire alive within you, keeping the joy within in what we're working on. Sorry, I'm so thirsty. But there is a passion with what we're working on that's really going to drive us forward. I love that. Keep the passion alive. Let's hop over to the goddesses and... Whoa, okay. Sorry. One moment, please. And a small book jump out of the deck. Let's see. Ace of Swords. Six of Staves. Tradition, Juno. Seven of Staves. Princess of Cups. And Three of Swords. So, many of us will be getting clarity. Clarity that's going to lead us towards victory or a certain amount of recognition. This could be public recognition, but it's certain victory, certain success, and clarity that's going, but also making a decision or a new idea that is victorious. Now, it may have to do with traditions. I'm getting almost like family heritage. Maybe some of you have been digging in your family lineage and seeing where you come from. And maybe there's a lot of hidden gems in those traditions. Something that you want to keep alive. Something, getting the word that you want to capitalize on. I'm just looking at the peacocks in this card and the moon over her head. And maybe it's excuse me. Maybe it's also a new tradition, something that you set up that's going to be shining brightly. And the reason why I say that is just that's what I'm getting from the peacocks and the moon. Like the moon is full, which also speaks to completions and a completion energy. So maybe starting new traditions out with the old and with the new. It's going to be different from person to person. But followed tradition by the 7 of spades or 7 of wands, more fire energy. You could be standing around with this clarity of how you want to move forward. You know, we get ideas and, there's naysayers in the world. That's when we really believe in our suns, knowing that the sun, happiness, joy, is illuminating us as we stand our ground. Because we know we're on the higher ground too. Like she doesn't have armor on. Yeah, she's using her state to kind of like defend herself against, the other people and the other gods. But she knows where she's going. She knows her truth. She knows what she's passionate about. She knows how she wants to move forward. So she feels strong enough to stand there in her vulnerability and defend her joy, defend what she believes in. Because it's very nurturing. We have Princess of Cups. This could be a young water sign. Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer energy. But this is also, she's drinking from her cup. It's nurturing. Maybe it nurtures your intuition. Maybe it nurtures the emotional aspects of yourself. It makes you really happy. I'm getting a healthy sort of selfishness and just nurturing our own emotions and allowing ourselves to be filled, knowing that it's going to fulfill us. Stand there at the ocean of possibility. And we got to make sure that our cups are full. Now we have the 3 of Swords, and I will pull a clarifier on this. Because this can speak to heartbreak and disappointment. It can also be a timekeeper for some. I've seen this card used as 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months. So if that plays to your situation, keep a mental note. 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months. But this speaks to emotional pain and heartache and heartbreak, like the ending of a relationship. Can I get clarity on this 3 of Swords? Yeah. Okay. The Moon, 10 of Cups, and 7 of Swords. So the Moon can speak to intuition. It can speak of the moon cycles. It could speak, it is a Cancer card, so by the middle of the week, The moon will be moving into Cancer. Some say the moon can also deal with illusion, and deception. Whoa. Sorry, cards are on my lap. So we have two moons. The moon, but also the moon pictured in the Ten of Cups. And as we all know, Ten of Cups is complete emotional fulfillment, happiness, happy home, happy family life. All our needs being met. I mean, it's the Ten of Cups. It's got a rainbow on it. And I love how the rainbow is reflected in the water. It gives me this as above, so below sort of feeling. And then there's the Seven of Swords, which can speak to secrets, keeping our cards close to our chest. It can also speak to sneaky behavior and deception more directly. So when we're looking at the Ten of Swords, not the Ten of Swords, well, I mean, it kind of feels like it. If you have, Ten of Swords. We have the Three of Swords, Seven of Swords. To me, heartbreak and sneaky behavior, that's a Ten of Swords situation for me. You're like, oh, deception? Oh, heartbreak? Well, I guess it's time to take those Ten of Swords out of my back. Thanks for the lesson. Thanks for the blessing in the arsenal of those. So for some of us, maybe there is some this is obviously what we want and what we want to move towards. But I feel like the Seven of Swords is like a sabotaging energy. So maybe the moon is going to reveal what's been beneath the surface, keeping us from our Ten of Cups. The moon cycles, everything keeps changing. Everything does reveal itself in due time. And that would be Moon in Cancer. Yeah, today's Monday, Moon's into Cancer. Some point tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Thursday, I think we're moving into Cancer to Leo. By Thursday. And I'd keep your eye out for these next couple of Cancer moon days. See what spirit illuminates for us and what could be keeping us from our greatest fulfillment, all personal. Any more clarity for this Seven of Swords? Whoa. There's a book. Let's see. Sneaky behavior, balance, the sun, transformation, the world. Eight of Staves, swift communication. King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. The Princess of Pentacles, young earth sign, or a new way to move forward in prosperity. And then the Nine of Spades again, healing the boundary. So I feel like there's this great need for balance right now. And the way to balance is going to be illuminated. Yes, it's going to bring us happiness, but it's going to move us forward. It's going to allow for a transformation that's going to bring, end to karmic cycles, the world. Also, with the Fool starting off the reading, it'll bring a new beginning. And either we're going to be embodying this King of Wands energy, or there may be a fire sign playing a role in your world and situation. But the King of Wands passionately moves forward. He knows what he wants and he knows how to get it. He knows how to overcome obstacles and he knows how to break through boundaries, self-imposed or otherwise. And so you may be sending a lot of messages out, or a lot of messages may be coming in. And I'm also getting from this Princess of Pentacles card, Nine of Wands, kind of coming out again, or Nine of Spades, that there's going to be a very, tangible 3D evidence of what needs to be shed so the transformation can occur. Is there any more? Let's get clarity for Three of Swords. King of Pentacles and contemplation. So, earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Either maybe you're dealing with one of those, and this heartache surrounding a sign, or because we have contemplation. So either this King of Pentacles is in contemplation, really reflecting, going within and meditating. But this is also the energy of needing to get, going within to also embody the King of Pentacles in our own lives, where we can be strong and grounded and practical, know how to move forward and build an empire in the 3D reality where we can yield great harvests and bounty for ourselves and for those we love and care about. Different situations for different. Do you have any more clarity on the King of Pentacles, the Three of Swords, and contemplation? Nine of Pentacles, the harvest, growing abundance, our efforts coming to fruition in big, beautiful ways. This is what we want. So maybe we were getting that from this earth energy. We weren't getting, maybe we're in reflection over what we want, how we want to build, and how we haven't been able to, which is why, we had to get clarity. We had to get clarity and find balance for ourselves so that we can transform our situations and really bring in that joy, because we want this. phrase that I wanted to use, but I was like, by our own effort, by our own willpower. Excuse me. So there's a lot of solar plexus chakra energy that we are being asked to strengthen. We're in this together, and we are vital. Vital. Any other angel messages? Yes. Sisterhood of the Rose, beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic teacher. My sisters and my star brothers. If that is what you are, and I'm affirming that it is what you are, don't tend to fit in. We need you. We need you. Now, all my sisters and brothers of the rose, we are rising. We are. I affirm it every day. I see it. I feel it in my bones. So many of us having prophetic dreams. But when we are a priestess, or a priest, when we are a mystic, when we are a teacher, we bring beauty to the world through our devotion. And there is beauty in devotion. In your devotion, what you do daily in your spiritual practice to feed your soul, build yourself up, raise your vibration. It brings beauty into the world in profound ways, the ripple effect of us all doing the inner work right now. We're all connected. We're all one. And it's like having the entire body functioning on high rather than having like the entire body working at 100%, except for your left leg. Your left leg's asleep. Your left leg feels like jello. You can't feel your left leg. So you're like, I'm ready to fall flat on your face. We need it. We need that left leg. We need it to be awake. We need everyone that, represents that leg, that left leg, to be there on it 100%. Truly, even if we aren't feeling 100% because of the world around us. We are the eye of the storm. And how we get through this, by shining our beauty, by sharing our love, by sharing peace. We're shining a light for others. We're helping others get through this time too, because it's not easy. I'm not here to pretend it is. But it is all about us showing up, rising and shining, rising to the opportunity to share the love, to share the beauty, to really bring forth our heart and soul's truth. I mean, 2020, getting clear. This isn't a time to hide and say, I'm not good enough. The universe doesn't make trash. We are all important. All important. You are important. I'm important. My neighbor's important. We all contribute something. We're all a part of the whole. I'm going to move on to our animals. I love our animals. Whoa. Oh, huzzah. Mostly because I just really love the animals that popped out. Flamingos, card 26, so 8, infinity, but also abundance, embrace the in-between. And if you like Fae, fairies, and faithful, including unicorns, the in-between is where we dwell. We're not in one world, we're not in the other. There's a lot of magic in the in-between, in the transitions, in that space in music between one note and the next. The in-between is a powerful position to be in. Because we're saying goodbye to the old and welcoming the new all at the same time. And that is spring. That is the time we're in now, where it's like the world's coming alive, but at the same time, so many aspects of the world are at a complete standstill, universally. And we need to embrace it. Really embrace this slowdown. because it's a lucky time. I love to have it. It's why okay, so this is really why I smile. I love rabbits and bunnies. They are one of my favorite animals. And I love them, and they are so cute. And I just can't help but smile like this whenever I see them. But it is lucky. This is so lucky. I mean, this chance, this opportunity to really get clear on how we want to serve humanity going forward. You know, this is like an extended Mercury retrograde. Like, we're all getting put in timeout. Sit with yourself and your families and think about your decisions. Think of where you've been. Think of where you want to go. What is our heart and soul saying? How can we rise and shine and really, really elevate ourselves? There is a lot of luck to be had, especially when we're following our passions and meeting each day with a sense of, how can I show up and anchor love into the world today? How can I show up and serve humanity today? Who can I connect with that's going to uplift not just me, but maybe them? And maybe move me forward. Any other messages? Oh, and that's card 49, which is 13, which is 4. So we have 8 and 4 on the table. Which, 4 doubles to 8. And Turkey Spirit fell out with Bobcat Spirit. Give with gratitude and grace, card 61 or 7. And then Bobcat Spirit, life is a mystery. We let you get a good look at all these cards. I love the wreath on the turkey's head. It's got itty bitty roses and berries. I think it's funny that we have 2 birds that don't fly, a bunny with wings, and a bobcat. So give with gratitude and grace. Share your life. And yeah, I'm gonna bake it. And if you have extra toilet paper, share. If you've got 50 rolls stored up and you know your neighbor only has 2, maybe double it, because the universe, when we understand the laws of the universe, we know any time that we give, that we will receive in equal measure. If not, 3 times what we gave. So tapping into an abundance mindset where we're really affirming we have enough, and when the opportunities arise to give. And life is a mystery. We don't know how this is going to play out. We have all these projected time frames, but when you're dealing with a worldwide pandemic, and you're dealing with a virus that mutates, we don't know when this is going to end realistically. We can't put a time stamp on a virus. Now we know as the temperatures start warming up, it's going, at least this first version of the virus is going to have difficulties staying alive and active. But we don't know. We don't know how it's going to mutate, if it will still be heat resistant. There's a lot of waiting and a lot of trust and a lot of embracing the mysteries and just being willing to show up. It's like, it's about, we're all in this together. We're all being called to give with gratitude and grace. And giving with gratitude and grace also means giving with balance, If you have 50 toilet paper rolls of toilet paper and your roommate or your neighbor only has 2, don't give them 47 and leave yourself with 3, and now they have 51 and you have 3. That doesn't make sense. But when there are opportunities to create win-win situations, know that the universe is, though it is mysterious, it will provide. Any other? Yes. Okay. Dolphin script. This and that are true. And believe in yourself. So this may have to do with varying opinions or a couple different messages, but there's truth on either side of the fence. So no matter what side of the situation we may be in, there's truth. So whether we're looking at it from the scientific perspective or whether we're looking at it from the metaphysical perspective, these lenses that we look at life through, we have to realize that there's truth in all of it and that they are irrevocably. I don't know why I'm having a hard time saying that word today. But these different aspects of life are connected. They're the other sides of the coin. You really can't separate them. Science explains magic. Magic explains science. In so many ways. So it's, honoring different perspectives, honoring different lenses, staying neutral, and believing in, believing in your own 57, 12, 3, believe in what you're creating. I feel like moving to the unicorns. Any other messages from the dolphin that was good? Unicorns, what messages do you have for the collective for this week in accordance with this spread? Magic. Make a wish, believe in miracles, magic surrounds you. I affirm this. Let's see if that helps. The little fairies. But I affirm this 100%. Make a wish. Let the universe and your angels and your guides know what your heart's true desire is. Because the in-between is full of magic. And it is the lucky time. Mystery is opportunity. We have a couple more. Oh, apparently there was an angel message that fell on the floor. The Minnetonkan, longing for home, belonging, the original light workers. Looking for your tribe, hi. You're feeling the absence of your tribe right now. We're sprinkled all over the globe, showing up in the ways that we've been called to. I just wanted to take a moment to speak on that because I feel like it's important. There is a lot of loneliness going on. Festivals have been canceled. Camps and retreats have been canceled. Trainings are being taught virtually. So there's a lot of longing for community, longing for tribe. But this is where we're getting innovative. And we're showing up for each other, virtually. And in small scales, interpersonally, honoring social distancing. But to follow magic, we have expansion, imagination, and intention. Okay, beautiful. This looks like straight up manifestation protocol to me, so magic. And to me, that's like having the perfect stage set for creation. All the elements are just right. And then we have our imagination, where we get to envision a new reality and give ourselves permission to dream and to believe in unlimited possibilities. And we set that intention, we get clear. Intention, be clear and decisive. Focus on what you really want. Be bold with your requests to the universe. Don't diet coke your dreams either. Don't be like, universe, I'd really like a job that allows for world travel. But I'll settle with in-state travel. Dude, you want to travel the world. Put your order in. Don't diet coke your dreams. That's not fair to you. It's not fair to what your soul and what the universe has put you on this planet for, too. We cut ourselves off at the knees when we diet coke our dreams. So this is, really talking to us about be clear and decisive and ask for what you want. Be truthful to yourself. Be honest with yourself and be honest with the universe. Because I'm not mad at you. I'm not even truly frustrated. Just passionate about people really living their best lives and believing that they can do it. That they were born to do it. And that we may start at the bottom, but we aren't going to stay there. That isn't our permanent residence. That's like, where you start. And then you get divine upgrades and you work hard and make connections. You go through expansion. Spread your wings and personal Mercury retrograde. Spread your wings and soar. Share your message and shine your light. Show the world what you're made of. Love you. It's time to show the world what love and light is made out of for real. And it's made out of grit. It's made out of determination. It's made out of forgiveness. It's made out of shadow work. It's made up of years of dedication to self and our dreams. It's expansion time, loves. It's time to show the world what we're made of. To boldly fluff where no fluff has ever fluffed before. I made that about 5 or 6 years ago. It is the fluff-a-knot code. Like astronaut, but fluff-a-knot. To boldly fluff where no fluff has ever fluffed before. To love where no one's dared love before. To shine where no one's dared shine, or to boldly go beyond the limits of our previous experience. It's time for expansion, baby. We gotta use that imagination. We're gonna set our intentions. We're gonna make a little magic, make a little love. Kuan Yin was ready to speak. Aiden Mortals. Beautiful. Card number 9. Let's see which other cards pop out, and then I will read. Sweeping Sister Willow. 31, breaking down to a 4. And any other cards from Kuan Yin? Any closing messages? Princess Autumn. Princess of the Autumn Harvest, card 22, another 4. So beautiful. I'm going to get out the Oracle book and read. Bottom of the deck, Dance of the Butterfly Queen. It's a card that speaks about having purity of heart and of intention. The 8 Immortals. The messages you have been receiving that are unconditionally loving, fearless, and encouraging of you to grow and be your true self are from your highest guidance. The 8 Immortals and other beings of divine light and divine love are guiding you. It is safe to follow these messages now. Doing so will bring you greater joy. Sometimes you may question whether you are in contact with genuine spiritual guidance or engaging in wishful thinking. Genuine guidance is simple, clear, and repetitive. When you ask for confirmation, it will come. The more open you are, the more quickly the confirmation can reach you in the form of signs, conversations, and serendipitous happenings. In fact, confirmation and guidance can be instantaneous from multiple unconnected sources. We like to call those brings. Like, you say something and then a car horn honks, a bring. Bring. Like the universe is playing a joyful, loving game with you. The guidance will be uplifting and helpful. Sometimes it will ask you to take a step that feels challenging. And yet, true guidance always proves itself in that it only asks of you what is right and just for your highest good. It always serves the highest good of all involved in any situation, no matter what our fears might be. It is good to be careful and discerning about the quality of guidance that you are seeking, but it is usually an easy task to identify when your guidance is not of a high vibrational variety. It will be judging of you or others. It will not feel right. Even if genuine guidance feels like it is asking you to do something unexpected or something that feels like a real stretch for you, it will feel right in your heart to do so. Like auditioning for a play. You might be scared, but you know that the opportunity is going to stretch you. Or going for your PhD, you know? Some things scare us, but they're really good for us, and they'll make us very, very happy. Genuine guidance, even when challenging, brings a sense of rightness and peace in your heart, whereas lower vibrational guidance or thoughts or wishful thinking doesn't bring you into deeper peace. It simply confuses and confirms judgment. It isn't nearly as helpful. Sift through your thoughts and feelings to come to genuine guidance and true spiritual knowing within you now. You can call upon the aid in mortals and any beings that love you unconditionally and trust that you will receive quality guidance. The process below will help you to be still and connect with your own heart, which contains great wisdom and peace to guide you. So the prayer for the aided mortals. I call upon the aided mortals that love me unconditionally and shine the light of peace and spiritual power upon me now. You understand that no matter what happens in life, there are blessings underneath it. Please help me find my clarity, wisdom, guidance, and truths to reveal the blessings and grow now. Namaste, beloveds. Thank you for your help. Om Mane Padme Hum. Sister of the Sweeping Willow. Sweeping Sister Willow gently brings you healing and forgiveness and release of old pain now. Let her branches gracefully sweep away any sadness and pain from your heart and soul. Your time for greater inner freedom is dawning, and the cleansing, sadness, and healing of forgiveness is the pathway to greater freedom now. You deserve this freedom, and you are swiftly become ready to gift it to yourself with the help of Kuan Yin. Forgiveness is a way to raise your vibration by shedding old energies that drain you and prevent you from having all your power available to you. It is a chance to free yourself from suffering and empower yourself. Sweeping Sister Willow guides you to forgive others and yourself abundantly and freely now. You may be very aware of your own need for forgiveness, or this may come as a surprise to you, in which case be open to hearing the truth of who or what needs to be forgiven and released. From Willow Mother, from deep within your own heart. It may be a small incident from when you were a child or a significant experience you have just put to one side in an effort to carry on with your life. This approach has been admirable, and yet there is always time to confront, forgive, and truly move on. Not just in the mind, but genuinely in the body. Before I move on, I want to say many of our unresolved emotions will get trapped in our muscles, in our shoulders, grief in the lungs, in the armpits, in our traps, in our neck, in our jaw. Do you ever find yourself like really clenching your jaw, like you're like, wait, why am I doing that? There's something there. Our body is wise and it's always giving us insight. So if we do have something kind of hidden that we put off to the side, completely blocked out of our memories or what have you, our bodies know and our bodies remember. Cellular memory, muscle memory is generational. So, releasing traumas from our lives, but even the lives of our parents and grandparents, is extraordinarily healing for our own bodies. It is a great way to improve our health. This oracle indicates that you are in the process of forgiving others, and that you also need to remember to forgive yourself for being human and needing to learn and grow, just like everyone else. You don't have to be perfect, and sometimes it is in forgiving ourselves that we become most able to forgive others too. We suffer less from harsh judgments, which do not feel good for our heart and drain our soul forces. Instead, we experience more kindness, sweet nurturing from Sweeping Sister Willow, Kuan Yin, in her form of forgiveness and healing, and enjoy more peace of mind. Forgiveness is a powerful spiritual practice that helps you disconnect your energy circuits from people, places, situations, and memories that can drain your power from the present moment and slow down your spiritual growth and the physical manifestation of your heart's desire and soul purpose. At present, you are growing spiritually, and you need your power in the present moment to fuel your process. Like surfing a wave, you are about to be lifted. So forgive with sincerity and wisdom, and know that this doesn't mean you are permitting future abuse. It means you are ready to have your power in the present moment. You have compassion and allow the universe to direct the learning of every living being on this planet. You let go of thoughts of revenge and free yourself from the past. Prayer of Sister Sweeping Willow. Beloved Kuan Yin, Sweeping Sister Willow, with grace, with gracefulness, and surrender into love, you forgave great transgressions against you because you chose wisdom and spiritual growth. You did not hide your anger, you simply chose it to let it go and find peace and compassion in your heart. You were free to ascend into bliss. Please bless me that I may draw upon my own wisdom and spiritual strength to forgive and empower myself now. I allow Sweeping Sister Willow to gently wash my heart clean. Om Mane Padme Hum. (22) Princess of the Autumn Harvest. The Princess of the Autumn Harvest brings gifts of bounty and blessings for efforts and actions of the past. It is a time when fruit of labors is ripe for the picking. A beautiful blessing is on its way to you now. This may come in the form of a spiritual gift, an opportunity, a windfall of abundance, a significant relationship, or an important friendship, and more. With gratitude in your heart, you will recognize the blessing when it comes to you, and it will serve you perfectly. Be open to receive it, knowing it is justly deserved. A divine blessing is on its way to you now. It might be an obvious blessing when your heart sings and your spirit soars, or it might start off as a hidden blessing, which leads you to the heart-opening state in a less obvious way. Sometimes we don't realize that we are being blessed because the blessing is in avoiding something that would have caused us unnecessary pain or suffering, distracting us from our path and lowering our vibration for a time. It may only be some time later that we realize that we were indeed spared what could have been great suffering. Sometimes we don't ever realize how loved and protected we are in precious moments where we are gifted blessings in disguise. To be able to open, to receive more blessings in your life, and many are available from the endless, loving, compassionate, and kind spiritual beings that surround us all the time. We can begin to cultivate a blessed frame of mind, allowing the princess of the autumn harvest, beloved Kuan Yin, in her mode of grace, blessing and bestowal of gifts to reside in your heart and help you to enter this state. The easiest way to do this is to have gratitude in your heart as often as possible, even if you are not sure why your life is unfolding in a particular way. Imagine that behind every circumstance, the divine hand of your own magnificent higher self, assisted by Kuan Yin, is guiding you deeper into your soul bliss. This blessing coming to you is a specific reward for endeavor, effort, and inner work over some time. It will look and feel like something precious that has been gifted to you from a benevolent universe. And it is. Have faith, be open, and receive, beloved. Your time has come. I am divinely blessed. My heart is so full of blessing. It overflows through my entire being and energy field. I receive blessings so easily. My joy inspires others to be open to blessings too. The princess of the autumn harvest, beloved Kuan Yin, knows my worthy heart and bestows abundant gifts to me now. Om Mani Padme Hum. I think that was a beautiful, beautiful closing message from Kuan Yin. And I want to speak to the princess of the autumn harvest. The gifts that are inevitably coming in, but specifically the gifts that come from letting go. Especially when we release in the form of forgiveness. Forgiving things that didn't work out, relationships that didn't work out, jobs that didn't work out, festivals that were canceled, concerts that were canceled, schools that were shut down, jobs that were shut down. A lot of us could have been in situations that, had they continued, could have led to a demise. And I've had this happen in my life where something wouldn't work out and it would break my heart. Oh, I'd be so disappointed. I'd cry and I'd ask the universe why. And sometimes it would be years. Sometimes it'd be instant. But sometimes years later, I'm talking like 10 years later, I would get insight. And I'd be shown exactly how I was being spared. And as someone who is a trauma survivor, a survivor of abuse, of sexual assault and rape, and being poisoned and manipulated and used and abandoned and all the things. It's the past. And those things taught me a lot. Gave me a lot of strength. Gave me a lot of courage. Gave me a lot to heal. A lot to reflect upon. But even in the ways that I've had to become a survivor, I had to go from victim to survivor and from survivor to thriving. And that is a process. That is a huge process. And to those things that didn't work out, I'm just like, whoa, what I was spared from. Because it could have been so much worse. I could not be here right now speaking to you. And so the universe can show us sometimes. And sometimes it takes patience. Sometimes the insight will come really quick. And that everything is happening for us, not to us. Even if it seems like the world's falling down. And it's like, oh, this is happening to me. No, I love you. And in the world of soul contracts, in a world of anchoring the light and shifting paradigms, being on this planet here and now, birthing the age of Aquarius. If you're following that belief system, then everything happens for you, for your soul's evolution and growth, for compassion. It is amazing what I can forgive. I'm not going to tolerate it. I can see with a clarity that used to be naivety. I was very naive once upon a time. And the universe allowed me to go through some things. Now I have wisdom. Where there was once naivety. Where there was once blind trust. Sorry, this made me tear up a little bit, but I just, even if things aren't working out, it's always for our highest benefit. It's either build grace or bring something better in. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying it's easy to forgive. Especially certain atrocities. You can look at certain people and you'll be like, wow, they did this, they did this, they did this, they did this. How can we forgive that? The question is really, what do you need to do for you to keep on giving as before you got hurt? What do you need to do for your heart and your soul so that you can trust again? So that you can hold your head up high? So that you can say, I survived. Now I'm moving on to thriving. I'm no longer a victim. It's not saying that victim moment didn't happen. It was a time and a place and a moment, but we don't live there anymore. Ideally. And if we're not there, we're in this current moment, then we tap into what we have to do for our hearts and souls and bodies so that we can keep on giving, so that we can keep on trusting, so that we can keep loving. And sometimes it's as simple as realizing that hurt people hurt people. You know, no one gets out of this life without a few scrapes and bruises. And none of us leave this life with these bodies or our life. So I guess To close this message, I want to say that I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for the steps that you've taken to grow, to heal, to forgive, because it's not easy. It takes a heroism, a heroicness, a character, a certain amount of strength to make the transition from victim to survivor and from survivor to thriver. To see the blessings where once we saw tragedy. See the pearls in the situations that didn't work out. See the blessings in the chaos. So a blessing is coming. I'm going to affirm that it is a very lucky time right now. It is a time to rise and shine. It is a time to heal. It is a time to show up in our power, in our strength, in our heart. And yes, it is a time to forgive and to let go so that more beauty, more grace can flood into our lives. I love each and every one of you. Thank you for spending this precious time with me. Thank you for your receptivity. Thank you for all your comments. I love them. I do genuinely get so excited when you're here. It brings so much joy to my heart. Like, I literally feel it. It just goes out of me. I love and appreciate all of you so deeply. So thank you. Thank you for showing up. Not just for yourself, but for the whole world, for your communities, for your families. Maybe most especially for yourself. I love you. If you feel so called, like, share, subscribe. I'll see you tomorrow for class. Until then, have a beautiful, blissful, bountiful start to your week. Wishing you all infinite love, infinite life, infinite blessings. Bless, babies. Love to you.